Good morning, good night, or good evening, everyone. This is Lord Holland. Today we're looking at tech line for Mogami. Mogami is the Tier 8 light slash heavy cruiser for the Japanese tech line. Now, without the contributor flag and an economic boost, permanent economic boost, I should say, you'll get 5% to credits, 55 to ship XP, 65 to commander XP, and then 50 with a clan. Armor wise, 25mm nose, 27mm side, 100mm citadel armor, 25mm aft plating. Now, pull up the side, she gets a 27mm torpedo belt too, but most battleships you'll face will overmatch your bow. So you have to learn to angle and bounce on this 27mm plating to be able to tank and be able to survive long enough. If you're unfortunate, because they will just go right through your bow and into your citadel armor, right straight through there. Like, they can go right through that and into your bow or into your citadel. So you have to learn to bounce on that armor right there. Now, we're going to do things a little bit differently since I don't have a fully upgraded Mogami. So we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So with full concealment, she can stealth torp basically. This is without the module. So with the module on there, she can stealth torp. Okay? Maneuverability wise with the hull, and if you put rudder shift on there, would go down even further. So we're looking at a minimum of 7.1 for the rudder shift, 750 turning circle, and a max speed of 35 knots. So she's pretty decently fast. AA wise with everything, she'll get 10 25mm or 10 type 95s. Well, some more 25s and dual mounts. Some more dual mounts. Basically, when you look at her AA-wise, even just looking at them separately and then just looking at continuous damage, well, it's not the best. Let's be honest. 48 rating. Any carrier can strike you. Let's just be honest. She is lucky enough to get airstrikes, though. It's 7 kilometers. 2 bombs on the payload for 4,200 max damage. So she can't fight subs, thankfully. Now, torp damage-wise, she gets 10-kilometer range, 62 knots. And, well, she gets basically 8 torp tubes on each side. So she has a heavy torpedo armament. So the torpedo armament is 6-second 180, around 101 second reload, 10-kilometer range, 17,000 damage, 62 knots, and a 1.6 detectability range. So these are detectable, but you can still. But if you manage to hit torps in this thing, the ships are going to be hurting. Now, survivability wise, with the hull, is 39,100. Now, you obviously want to take survivability expert. That'll jump you up to even further. So at least 42,000 HP. You want to take survivability expert on this thing. There's no doubt about it. Without it, it's not going to work. Because the whole line needs survivability expert. You're going to want survivability expert on Zhao, because Zhao would, with survivability expert, goes up to about 50k HP. I don't have survivability expert on my Zhao, so you can choose to not run it. You'll still have a decent amount of health, but I also have a legendary Zhao, so there's a difference. So take survivability expert. It'll make your life a lot easier. 16% torpedo reduction. So not the best. But she can at least take a torp at minimum. Maybe one torp, but ideally you don't want to be taking torps. Now, for upgrade-wise, you want to take main armaments 1, probably engine room protection 1, aiming systems, steering gears, or propulsion, because if you want to stop behind islands and move forward, it really depends on your playstyle. Do you want to be moving constantly or hiding on islands and shooting over? It really depends. Now, of course, you do want concealment. If you wanted to do a double rudder shift, Mogami, you can. You could try it. I've never tried it. I personally prefer you take concealment on it just because you could stealth torp on it. So there is that. Now, for consumable-wise, you want to always take hydro and fighter just because you're going to need those. That's just a given. Now, we skipped her artillery because there's a difference. She gets 155s, and then why she's considered heavy cruiser are the 205s. Now, 205s, let's look at the 203s technically, sorry. Now, with the 3s, she'd have 15-second reload. She'd have basically 9 seconds between switch time. She'd have a 30-second 180, max HE damage of 3,300, and a max AP of 4,700. So let's just put those on there and look at that. So you see right there and then, you would see that the velocity just drops by 85 on each. You're gaining more penetration to get 34 and some more damage with 17% chance of fire for slower shell arcs. Okay? Now look at the 155s. 10-second reload, 6-second switch time, 36-second 180. Minimum max dispersion of 122. Range 15.7 fully maxed out. 2,600 HE damage, 10% of fire, 31 armor pen, and AP of 3,300. But the velocity is a lot better. And the replay I have for you is by a good pal of mine who is like me, swears that the 155s are the way. Because I prefer number of shells over quality of shells. Now, we're going to show you how the ship actually does it. Okay? Hello! And welcome to Techline. Today I have a replay sent in to me by Volron and a Mogami. Now, he posted this on the World of Warships in a PvE Best Operations game thread. And I saw it and I was like, okay, that's pretty impressive. And I asked him, can I get the replay? He said, sure. And right off the bat, you can look at his ship. There's no contributor flag. I assume he probably has one. But he is a closed beta tester. So he's been around for a long time. And he says 155 for life. I have to agree with him entirely. I always loved the 155s on the Mogami. I think having volume of shells is better than quality of shells. Now, he did say in his email that he took some risks and he did mess up some torp drops, which even I do. But his game was pretty good, so I suggest watching the whole video. Gets a nice 13k salvo there. Gutsy, but I like it. And there's only one battleship, so... Oh, there's the Fuso shells. Nice dodge. Beautiful dodge. I saw Ognomoy shells in the torps in there somewhere. I don't even know where those torps were going. I think those were going for the Aoba? I hope he gets some good damage on that. I really hope he does. Be a shame if they don't hit. $22,000, so he's up to 65k in under 3 minutes. That's really good. So the other guy is saying south, so they probably did the old fire trick, or they have RPF. That was Dreg. So yeah, he wasn't detected shooting, so odds are it is south. Yeah, he's just shooting just to make sure. Perfectly natural. Yep, they are south.
Attention, squadron commander. According to reconnaissance data, one more enemy aircraft carrier is likely to remain in the combat zone. Seek and destroy. Raptor, task force commander here. Working on an optimal route for you. Proceed due southwest.
So the San Diego's going ambush the DDs, I hope. But that is the ship to do it. Normally I don't advise throwing this many torps out, but it's like, what the hell? I mean, what's the point of an opt if you can't just do something, have a little fun, huh? So we're 6 minutes in, and he's up to almost 100k.
This is engineer. All stations. Equipment for light repairs of ships. Stay close.
Nice shot, Bismarck. Nice shot. Mahan goes down to Fubuki, but he picks up the Fubuki. So the Otago and the Tone basically had that whole damage. The bad news is the Shikaku took some damage and is flying south. So let's watch and see how long it takes them to kill the CV. San Diego's in a really good position. He has rocks to cover him, but he can still shoot the targets. But I'm not saying the shell's going. Unless he's shooting the other DD. Yeah, shooting the other DD. And the CV in the south has basically ran. He may head down to the J line. But the only one that can actually get him is the Tone. Fortunately, Tone has its planes. So hopefully we can see its planes. Oh, he is detected. Yep, there's the Tone's planes. Oh, so close. He's not getting the kill, but he is getting the damage, though. I mean, that's all that really matters. Oh, there's the Torps. So, trying to see. Oh, it's a J1 spawn.
Transmitting rendezvous point. Do you copy? This is Raptor.
I am glad though that the Bismarck is staying near the CV though. That's usually, ow, ooh, that kind of hurt. But nice hit with 5 citadels. Very beautiful shot. Nice, nice. He's up to 147. I would put some AP into that Nagato side though, and then get the hell out of there. Nice, like 8K right there. Another nice 4K.
This is Raptor. Air wing is ready for duty. Perfect.
That's interesting how I thought those torps would have hit. I mean, they looked good. Uh-oh. Well, he's lucky that Nagato's a poor shot. The torps from the Ogdemoy don't look that good. Well, he took it about half health down. I mean, something just hit that CV though. Bismarck turned around. Okay, they did pick up the southern CV though. So they would. So the Ranger is gonna have some cover. That's good. The Ranger picks up the Nagato. And Volram has caught up to the CV, so that's great. And he has 2 cruisers coming to help him. San Diego's not far behind. We haven't seen any ships in the south yet, so that tells me that there's not going to be any ships on the J line. So it's either going to be where Bismarck is, in that area, or it's going to be south of those cruisers on that J3 line. Nope, it is the battleship, so that lets us know that it's going to be the battleships and then the 2 AOPAs. So basically at this point it's pretty much a win. Unless cruisers die and the 2 other cruisers kill the CV, which is always possible, but very unlikely. $195, not bad. Let's see. I'm curious to see how far the damage goes up. You see the torps going in. I'm just wondering if... I think Bismarck's going to take some torps, though. Oh, he picks up the Nagato. Gets some more torps. He does have a flood, it looks like, on the key. Tone picks up that. I think that cruiser's going to take a torp. Nope. Just misses them. Oh. Smart little guy. You're trying to snipe the Mogami. Wow, I never saw that happen before. Or it's been a while. Bismarck dies to key torps. I mean, it's GG. It's not. I don't think they're not gonna lose. Wow. Damn, Ognaboy dies. That's unfortunate. He picks up the Mogami. With the Mogami. So there's still one cruiser out there. So let's see how his damage goes. It's weird that usually it's 2 cruisers, but maybe the last cruiser won't spawn. But it's still really good damage at 314. I just thought there'd be another cruiser coming. Yeah, I don't think that other cruisers are going to spawn. Yep, he's done spawning. That's odd. GG. Final damage, 314. Okay. Really good game. Really good game. Let's see what the end results are, folks.